Morning, everyone. Welcome to the 21st MedResults Network Educational Webinar. It's our second webinar for 2016, and I'm Jamie Parrott, President of MedResults Network. As always, I want to thank everyone for taking time out of your afternoon and morning to spend your time with us for this presentation. I just want to thank everyone else who's attended our webinars since late 2014 when we started this educational webinar series. During our last webinar, I announced the introduction of two new vendors, one of which I'm delighted to announce is here with us today. But first, in January, earlier this year, Dermapen USA was the first to be added to our list of preferred vendors. And as you may remember, they're the new American distributor for Dermapen World. So if you have an older Dermapen device or a few of them and you need consumables or you're simply looking to upgrade to a Dermapen 3, please contact us. We'll put you in touch with them. I've already received a lot of correspondence about this, and I just encourage you to reach out if you have questions. At the beginning of February, we introduced our new skincare partner, Stemology Skincare, who's here with us today, and I'm going to give a brief introduction of our new partner, Stemology, in just a moment. But before I do, I want to announce that I'm very excited that this March, we're going to be introducing a top-of-the-line patient ratings and reviews service provider to the network. And in April, we have another very exciting launch, which I can't speak too much about right now, but it's going to offer major savings for all of our members, surgery centers in particular. So stay tuned as we begin to roll out these new partnerships. And now for our main event. Today we've invited the Chief Marketing Officer of Stemology Skincare to join us for an exclusive presentation about stem cell technology and its applications in skincare. I'd like to welcome Lori Jacobus, an expert in skincare marketing. We're absolutely delighted to have Lori here with us today. She's a true veteran in the marketing and skincare industry with over 30 years of brand development experience. Lori launched and helped grow a ton of major household names in skincare, including Strivectin and Murad, just to name a few. And after serving as the CMO of Murad, she joined Dermatech Research as a partner and their CMO to launch Stemology Skincare line, which we're very excited to have as an exclusive partner of MedResults Network. Today, Lori's prepared an in-depth presentation about stem cells and how they've been successfully applied to the skincare industry, as I've mentioned before. Prior to viewing her presentation, I actually had a few misconceptions about stem cells and skincare, which this presentation really helped to clarify. And I told Lori that directly. This has been really helpful for me too. So I think you'll find Lori's information very enlightening. She not only explains how stem cells are used in skincare, but she really dives into the question of whether stem cells are actually helpful when used in a topical form or whether they're just a lot of hype. For those of you who didn't see our recent announcements earlier this week, Lori and Stemology have been kind enough to offer a free Serum Complete sample to thank you for your attendance. It's a 4-week sample. It's worth $65, and it's going to be sent to you directly after the presentation. And Lori's going to tell you a little bit more about this serum at the very end of the webinar. Finally, before I begin, I just want to remind you, as I always do, that a 30-second survey will pop up with a few questions to capture your feedback after the end of the presentation. This is very important today. You need to fill it out because that's how you're going to receive your free Stemology Complete or Serum Complete. And we ask for your mailing address in this survey so that we know where to send your skincare. So if you don't fill this out, you may miss out. Also, if you have questions for Lori or you're interested in learning more about Stemology Skincare or their extensive educational portal, which I'm sure Lori will tell you a little bit about, you can also use that survey to let us know. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Lori Jacobus from Stemology Skincare.
Thank you so much, Jamie, and good morning, everyone. I am honored and I'm excited to be here today with all of you, and I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedules to join me today, and I know how valuable that time is, so I do appreciate it. As Jamie mentioned, Stemology is the newest skincare partner to join the MRN team, and we are so excited to be sharing our next generation skincare with all of you, but we'll talk about that more later. Today, and right now, I really want the majority of the focus to be around the newest technology in skincare, which I'm sure you've all heard is stem cells, and answering the question, stem cells, hero or hype. There's a lot of misinformation out there around stem cells in skincare and whether this is true innovation or another passing fad, and what the possible risks may be. So after today's webinar, it is my hope that I will have illuminated the stem cell conversation and given everyone here answers to their questions so that you can speak with the greatest knowledge, expertise, and confidence around the subject of stem cells and how they were truly changing the conversation in skincare. So today, I hope I'll answer, what are stem cells? Is their use ethical? Are they safe for topical use? Do they work? And as I said above, is stem cell technology hero or hype? So stem cells in skincare, what is it? Well, stem cells are found in humans, animals, and plants. And stem cells are single cells that can replicate themselves and differentiate into many types of cells. So what is it? There are many different types of human stem cells. Perhaps the most well-known and the most controversial are embryonic stem cells, sometimes called pluripotent stem cells. These are the very first cells at the early stage of the embryo that are able to selectively produce all of the different tissues of the human body. They control the cellular formation of the embryo into a baby with a heart and brain, lungs, bones, muscles, etc. Due to both the ethical implications as well as the unspecified nature of this cell type, using stem cells such as these for skincare isn't recommended, nor is it necessary. After birth, the repairing stem cells of the body, which are the mesenchymal stem cells, or the MSCs, continue the work of conducting the repair and rejuvenation of the various structural parts of the body tissue, such as bone, ligaments, muscle, skin, nerve, etc. The protein signals MSCs send are stimuli for accelerated repair and renewal of the skin. MSCs continue this tissue-specific work throughout our lives, but our number of MSCs decreases as we age. When we are young, you guys know we repair very quickly. When we're older, you also know that the process slows down. A third type of stem cell, which is more differentiated and more tissue-specific, are often referred to as progenitor cells. And progenitor cells are differentiated MSCs that have become epidermal stem cells. So after that, they can continue to produce their own kind of new epidermal stem cells. They are in the center between stem cells and fully differentiated cells. The kind of potency they have depends on the type of their parent stem cell and also on their tissue-specific niche, and epidermal stem cells would fall into this category. So let's look at plant stem cells, because we know that's another one that is getting a lot of hype these days. Like human stem cells, plant stem cells have the ability to self-renew and replace specific plant stem cells in need of repair. For example, if you break off a plant stem, it grows back within a few weeks thanks to the regenerating properties of its stem cells. That said, unlike human stem cells, the growth factors, cytokines, and other proteins, which are the products of plant stem cells, do not have the ability to act in the same way in humans as they do in plants. Two different languages. Plant stem cells communicate in a different biochemical language that human stem cells just don't recognize. However, plant stem cells contribute skin-improving nutrients that attribute to overall skin health, so their inclusion in formulation is absolutely beneficial to the skin. So let's look at stem cells in skincare. What is it? So it's important first to know that with any skincare line touting stem cells, no actual stem cells or DNA matter of any kind exist in the formulations. That's really, really important. There are no stem cells, there are no DNA in any formulations on the market. Cells are living things. They're much too large for topical application to penetrate the stratum corneum. Plus, they are much too fragile for inclusion in skincare formulation. They wouldn't hold up. So if stem cells aren't actually in the formulas, then what is? Well, there's lots of stuff, and lots of stuff that's great for skin. The signaling proteins and our metabolites that stem cells secrete as part of their normal rejuvenating functions, of which we'll get into more deeply in just a moment. So we'll answer that question here momentarily. Let's review ethics for a moment. So ethics are really important, and at Stemology, ethics guide everything that we do. Our CTO, Dr. Hal Semmeroth, earned his PhD in bioethics. So is stem cell science in skincare ethical? Plant stem cells, ethical but not really effective. Embryonic stem cells, effective but not really ethical. Human adult mesenchymal stem cells, ethical and effective. So let's go into that a little further. I do want to share with you that Stemology Skincare is the first and only skincare line to use both plant stem cells and adult human MSC stem cells, along with a stem cell communicator to help increase efficacy and effectiveness of topical skincare. So let's look at the ethics a little more closely. As I said before, skincare products do not contain any actual stem cells, ever. Whether the source is plant, animal, or human, The cells are living things, which are way too large to penetrate the stratum corneum, which is the outer layer of the skin, for topical application. And they're just too fragile to exist in skincare formulations, as I said earlier. But what is beneficial and helpful for topical skincare formulations are the signaling proteins and or metabolites that stem cells secrete as part of their normal rejuvenating functions. These are very valuable for skin that has lost its useful supply of these due to the aging process. So, is it safe? Derived from human mesenchymal stem cell MSC, small molecular proteins. These are not living cells. They have no DNA. They have no other cellular components. So in a word, yes. Used in their natural state, stem cell derivatives in skincare formulations are safe and effective for topical use for superior anti-aging efficacy. After all, they are naturally occurring in our bodies already. That said, when stem cell derivatives are bioengineered, meaning altered from the natural state that they are, as it is with some topical products currently on the market, we cannot say for sure how safe those products are. We don't know what changing the structure of those derivatives does to them. We don't know how they'll react in the body. No studies have been conducted around this particular technology, so it is unknown at this time. It's a question you should ask of any stem cell-based brand, and if an independent clinical study proving safety and efficacy is not available, you may want to question it a little bit further. So, does it work? Well, there are research papers that say that it actually does work. Let's see, how can I put this? There are a lot of doctors, a lot of scientists that have spoken out on the subject. There's a body of scientific knowledge that's rapidly developing, which shows the interactions of these growth factors, cytokines, helper proteins, etc., and the repair and rejuvenation process for the skin. In other parts of the world, treatments are actually being done to repair damaged tissue using MSCs. So we know the efficacy and safety is there, and I did want to share with you this particular quote from the Journal of Craniofacial Surgery. It's one of the medical world's most respected peer-reviewed publications. They said, the application of topical growth factors from MSC stimulate the repair of facial photoaging, resulting in new collagen synthesis, epidermal thickening, and the clinical appearance of smoother skin with less visible wrinkles. But let's not just take anyone's word for it. While this is very important, and obviously this legitimizes MSC specifically in skincare use, let's look at some before and afters of everyday women who have used MSC-based skincare to help them fight their most stubborn skin concerns. So this is Heidi. Heidi's skin concerns were vast. Her chief concerns were overall skin dullness, loss of youthful glow, hyperpigmentation, fine lines and wrinkles, loss of skin suppleness. She felt her skin looked very deflated and flat, and then adult breakouts. As you can see, she has some breakouts on her nose, on her cheek, on her chin, and a lot of hyperpigmentation. This is Heidi after. So you can see in the after photo that all of her skin concerns were more than addressed with twice daily applications of topical MSC serum over the course of 8 weeks. She looks years younger. Her skin is more vibrant, as you can see. It's fuller. Her fine lines and wrinkles are absolutely diminished. The breakouts on her chin are gone, and no additional breakouts occurred during the time that she was on the program. I think we can all agree that her face is absolutely glowing. It looks more even. And what's most important is that Heidi was absolutely thrilled with her results. Let's look at Erin. Erin's skin concerns were more specific than Heidi's. She had rosacea-like redness on her face and even more so on her neck. You can see that it's very irritated. Her skin was very dry and very parched. She had a mottled skin appearance on her cheeks that she was very unhappy about. She had hyperpigmentation, and she had this scar that really went all the way down, this wrinkle. It was actually a very deep wrinkle that went all the way down her chin. So let's look at what Erin looked like afterwards. So you can see in the photo that Erin's redness is much improved on her face, and her neck as well, much improved on her neck. The bonus was that she did enjoy a lessening of facial hyperpigmentation, as well as a reduction of that deep wrinkle on her cheek and her neck area. You can see that it's definitely less noticeable than it was before. Her skin was clearer, and it was more even, and the severe-like rosacea on her neck was practically almost gone, as you can see by the pictures. And again, this is 8 weeks. 8 weeks and using it for 8 weeks. So let's look at Gabrielle. Gabrielle was concerned about hyperpigmentation and post-acne marks. She really, around her lip area, was very unhappy with the lines and the hyperpigmentation that she was experiencing there. So again, just twice daily usage of the topical-based serum with MSC over an 8-week period gave her great improvement in the areas, as you can see. She, again, was thrilled with the results, and you can see that her post-acne marks are largely diminished, and her overall skin tone is absolutely more even, less hyperpigmentation, her wrinkles look better. So you can see from the 3 BAs that topical applications of MSCs is incredibly efficacious in a very short period of time. And the beauty of this is that the improvements do continue with longer usage. So again, these women were just using it for 8 weeks, but 10 weeks, 12 weeks, 16 weeks, it just continues and continues to improve more so the longer that you use it. So stem cells in skincare, hero or hype. So is it a passing fad? Is it revolutionary? Well, there is no question that stem cell science is just in its early stages, and many are saying that stem cell science will completely change medical care and the skincare industry as we know them today. That said, we are in the infancy stages with many more advances still to come. However, this is not a passing fad. It is a new technology paradigm that will bring great future benefits to skin rejuvenation. And with many experts in the field calling it the most exciting thing to come along in skincare since the advent of glycols almost 50 years ago. And if you recall, nobody at the time that glycols came out could fathom putting acid on their skin. I mean, if you said use acid on your skin, they looked at you like you were crazy. But look how advantageous that technology has been to the skincare industry. You know, stem cell technologies are regarded very much in the same way, the only difference being the ethics involved and how consumers will choose their products based on that fact alone. I did want to share that, you know, I talk to beauty editors and beauty experts a lot. I've been doing this a long time. I have a lot of conversations with them. I visit with them at least one time in New York. I have blogger breakfasts. I really am in these people's face a lot. I wanted to share that they once really shied away from this technology because of the fear around their reader acceptance and the backlash. Even though they admittedly knew that stem cell technologies were the future of skincare, they were a little hesitant to publish it. Now they openly embrace the subject of stem cell technology in skincare as the future of the industry, and they actually reach out to Stemology as the leader in the ethics around this subject, and we're very honored, and we really take pride in that. Most recently, Women's Health did a feature article on stem cells in skincare, bringing together experts in the field and included our very own Dr. Hal Simmeroth as an expert opinion on the subject. So again, we were very honored to be included in that article. So stem cells in skincare, hero or hype, we think we can all agree we're heading into a new territory here that is very much a hero territory with stem cell sciences, and that this is most certainly more than just the typical ingredient hype that comes around each year. This is really about a new technology. This is about something that is really changing the face of skincare as we know it. In the past, skincare products, I mean, you know, we all know what retinol does. We all know what glycolics do, and that isn't to say that they're not important. They don't have their place in skincare, but something truly different and truly new and truly innovative is happening in the skincare market, and we are confident that the stem cell derivative conversation is going to go a long way and really bring results to a lot of people's skin concerns much quicker and much more efficiently than what's currently on the market. So I wanted to get a little bit into just our story, just so you know a little bit about who we are. In 2005, our founder, Dr. Hal Simmeroth, was commissioned to develop a topical skincare product that could regrow skin for burn victims. He worked with a team of forward-thinking doctors in Europe and the U.S., and though they were successful in their endeavor, they could not raise the funds to apply for FDA approval to make such a claim. Dr. Simmeroth's experience in the research project was the basis for an appearance-only product for over-the-counter sale. In 2008, Dr. Simmeroth happened to be working with a colleague who had received stem cells to treat post-surgical blindness, and 8 weeks after those stem cells were administered, his vision was completely restored. It was remarkable in itself, but even more so when you consider the 30-year or something like that, 30-year diabetic condition of the patient. But witnessing the regenerative power of the human adult stem cell, Dr. Simmeroth set out to do for the largest organ in the body, the skin, what he had witnessed in the internal organs and through his commissioned research years earlier, and thus was the birth of Stemology formulations. They were the earlier formulations, but they've been improved upon, and now they're better than ever. So Stemology features StemCore 3, which is a stem cell-based peptide complex It's the special sauce, if you will, of all of Stemology's treatment products and moisturizers. And StemCore 3 contains adult stem cell derivatives, that MSC we talked about earlier, those adult mesenchymal stem cell derivatives, plant stem cell nutrients, which we also covered earlier, and then ingredient helpers in the form of the crocus bulb plant, which actually acts as a caffeine to awaken senescent cells. So basically what happens is you put this on, those senescent cells, the crocus bulb goes in there, stirs them up, gets them awake so that they're more receptive to taking on and communicating, if you will, with the MSC derivatives that are also in the formulation. So it kind of is a trifecta, if you will. I also want to cover that Stemology is natural and safe. In a time when consumers are demanding products with a conscience, Stemology is answering that. Stemology formulations can be counted on to be all natural and intelligently organic, and I want to stop for a moment and say, why intelligently organic and not organic? What does that mean? Well, this goes back to our ethics and our commitment to transparency. If you know what organic means, it's a certification developed for food crops specifically. In skincare, nothing is 100% organic, so to say organic implies 100% purity of organics, and again, that's impossible and seems a little misleading. Water isn't organic, nor are many of the ingredients in various skincare lines. Stemology opts for organic wherever possible. We're committed to organic wherever we can find it, but we just feel it's a little misleading to say organic, so we always call it intelligently organic. That's how we refer to the organics in our product. We are free of GMOs. We know that GMOs are a growing trend in labeling across the U.S. I'm sure you guys are hearing all about it. We've been GMO-free even before the conversation started. We've been that way for 3 years. We're non-pathogenogenic. We're vegan, free of chemical additives. There's no petrochemicals or anything like that. Ethically formulated in an FDA-approved lab. That's how we get our MSCs. That's how they're grown, FDA-approved lab. It's not somebody in a garage doing something. It's the real deal. And we're a cruelty-free brand, and we're very proud of that. We don't have any animal testing on our products, and we know that that's another thing that's becoming more and more important in our world. I want to talk just for a moment about our retail line. We have a full line of retail products, 14 SKUs in total. We have 2 cleansers, a gel-based toner, a facial scrub, 4 facial treatment serums that are targeted to specific skin concerns, an eye serum, a day and night moisturizer, as well as a tinted moisturizer with SPF, and a light moisturizing lotion that's designed specifically for environmental protection, as well as a hand cream. We have all of our retail products are also available in our back bar, with an additional professional-only SKU that's designed for use by the aesthetics professional. Our youth-activating collagen mask and mist is the backbone of our 60-minute facial protocol. It is clinically proven to restore and repair collagen and features an in-protocol gauze masking, followed by a spritz of our proprietary collagen mist offered in a generous size for the client to take home to prolong their facial results for 1 week after the facial is administered. So let's talk about our gratis. We're so excited to be giving each one of you who's participated today our deluxe travel size Cell Revive Serum Complete formula. As Jamie said earlier, it's a 4-week supply of product. It's a $65 value. It is our best-selling product. It's a Star Beauty Award winner for Best Anti-Aging Serum. It was just featured on Extra TV. It has an upcoming feature on the doctors in the next month. It addresses all 12 signs of facial aging in 1 bottle. It's clinically proven to immediately tighten and lift skin in 96% of study participants, 22% increase in skin lightening within just 2 weeks, elastin increased by 25%. It delivered a 28% reduction in brown spots, a 19% reduction of superficial spots, and a 15% reduction in UV-induced spots in just 8 weeks. We really hope that you will use this product and that you'll enjoy the amazing benefits it delivers to your skin. It is the same product that was used in the BAs I shared with you earlier in this presentation, so you can see that there's definite efficacy there. So again, I just want to thank each one of you for joining us, and please stay tuned for more great education webinars to come from Stemology. Our webinars are designed to help you and to best serve and grow your clientele and your business. As Jamie mentioned earlier, we do have an EDU portal. We have 27 modules, and they range in a variety of topics, everything from really getting deep into stem cell science to basic cosmetic chemistry to understanding product knowledge for Stemology in each of our individual SKUs. It runs the gamut. So again, I want to thank everybody for allowing me this time today, and I do appreciate it, and I wish you all a great day.
Thank you so much, Lori. We appreciate your presentation, and thank you, everyone, for attending. I was just informed by our assistant, Hillary, that I've been breaking up a little bit, or at least my voice did, during my introduction. So for those of you who may not have caught it in the beginning, everyone who attended today will receive that sample serum, as Lori just mentioned. We're going to be sending that to you after the presentation. And as I mentioned at the beginning, we have a 30-second survey that's going to pop up as soon as I close the presentation. In it, you'll have the opportunity to share with us your mailing address so that we know where to send that serum. So I encourage you to take that 30-second survey, fill out the questions, and fill out your mailing address so we can get that serum to you in the next week. Once again, thank you. Lori, I appreciate the time you've spent on this. I certainly learned a lot. I hope everyone else did. If you have questions, please use that survey to reach out to us, or you can email me directly. Thank you again, and have a great weekend. Bye-bye.